First overall selection in the 2025 NHL Draft, the New York Islanders are proud to select from the Erie Otters, Matthew Schaefer.
Something big happened at a baseball field. It had nothing to do with baseball.
Please welcome New York Islanders' first overall selection in this summer's NHL Draft, Matthew Schaefer.
A young hockey player stood on the pitcher's mound and changed everything. He did it fast. He didn't wait. What he signed shocked a lot of people. It happened in front of cameras, kids, and fans. And it was exactly what many didn't want to happen. Matthew Schaefer is only 17 years old. He was born in Stony Creek, Ontario. On June 28, 2025, he was picked first overall by the New York Islanders in the NHL Draft. This made him the first number one pick by the Islanders since John Tavares in 2009. That day, he was just a draft pick. On August 4th, he became something more. At Citi Field, a Major League Baseball stadium in New York, the Mets were getting ready to play the Guardians. But before the game started, the Islanders had a surprise planned. Right there, in front of everyone, Matthew Schaefer signed his first NHL contract, and he signed a 3-year entry-level contract with the Islanders. The base salary was $975,000 a year. The total deal, including performance bonuses, could be worth as much as $4.475 million. When Matthew signed that paper, he did more than join a hockey team. He gave up something big: college hockey. By signing with an NHL team, he lost all eligibility to play NCAA hockey. This is the exact thing many college sports officials have tried to avoid: young stars skipping school and going pro right away. Schaefer did not wait to sign. He didn't go home. He didn't go to school. He went straight to the pros. And he did it live, on camera, in front of kids who had lost their parents. The Islanders made this moment special. They filled the team locker room with 20 children. All of them had lost a parent. The team wanted this to be more than just a contract signing. They wanted it to mean something. Each child was there to support Matthew. One child even handed him the contract to sign. Matthew talked to the kids. He shared that he lost his mom, Jennifer, to breast cancer in 2024. Before that, he also lost his billet mom, Emily, in late 2023. A billet mom is someone who houses and helps young hockey players. Matthew has been through a lot. That day at Citi Field, he said this: "If you guys have stories we could relate." That same day, Mets outfielder Brandon Nimmo met Matthew in the dugout. He gave him a pink baseball bat to honor his mom. They took pictures and exchanged jerseys. Then Matthew walked to the pitcher's mound and threw the first pitch. But the real action had already happened. He had already shocked the NCAA. Before getting drafted, Matthew Schaefer played for the Erie Otters in the Ontario Hockey League. In the 2023-24 season, he played 73 games and scored 10 goals with 29 assists. He was named to the OHL's first all-rookie team. The next season, he played only 17 games because he broke his collarbone at the 2025 World Junior Championship while playing for Team Canada. In those 17 games, he scored 7 goals and 15 assists. He was cleared to play again on May 1st, 2025. He then joined Canada's World Junior Summer Showcase. NHL scouts watched him closely. He was considered the best defenseman in the draft. Matthew said he wanted to play in the NHL right away. At Citi Field, after signing the deal, he said, "Feels amazing. Obviously, it's something I've wanted to do my whole life. I want to play in the NHL this season. I think I'm ready." NCAA officials have tried to keep top talent in college longer. They want players to come to school, develop slowly, and bring more attention to college hockey. But moves like this make that harder. Schaefer's choice shows young players they don't have to wait. If they're good enough, they can sign right now and skip the NCAA completely. That's what happened on August 4th, 2025. Matthew didn't go to Michigan. He didn't go to Boston College. He didn't pick a college at all. He picked the Islanders, and he picked them fast. Islanders management made no promises about where he will play. He may return to Erie, but signs suggest he'll be given a real shot at the NHL roster during training camp. The Islanders traded defenseman Noah Dobson earlier this offseason, opening up a possible spot for a young player like Schaefer. At 6'2" and nearly 190 pounds, Schaefer has the size for the NHL. His skating, shot, and hockey sense have been praised by multiple scouts. His age won't hold him back if he shows he's ready. The Islanders were clear. They want Schaefer to grow with the team. He is expected to be a big part of their future. They drafted him for a reason, and they didn't wait long to bring him in. His story is already bigger than hockey. It's about more than goals and assists. It's about grief. It's about action. It's about not waiting. In past years, some top prospects chose college before turning pro. Players like Adam Fantilli and Luke Hughes played in the NCAA before joining the NHL. But Schaefer didn't follow that path. He followed a different one. And his contract means he cannot play for any college team now. That door is shut. The moment he signed, he was fully a professional. Some experts have said this could lead to more top players skipping college. It may also change how teams draft. If they know a player will sign right away, that player may be picked higher. It changes how the system works. College hockey has lost another top name before he ever played a game. And it happened live in a stadium with kids and cameras watching. NCAA officials may not respond publicly, but the message was clear. Matthew Schaefer just made the choice they feared. He didn't delay. He didn't take the NCAA route. He went straight to the top.
Rick, it's early to make sense of what this has all meant. This has been a long and drawn-out proceeding, as you point out, and 7 years from the date of the incident. Here we are, but if you can sort of start putting the pieces together, what in your mind does this mean for Hockey Canada?
Good question.
Hockey Canada is now in bigger trouble. New reports about secret money, lost trust, and angry fans have come out. This news is not going away. Even after the verdict, more terrible problems are now facing the organization that runs hockey in Canada. On July 24, 2025, a judge in Ontario said 5 men who played for Canada's 2018 junior hockey team were not guilty. These men were Michael McLeod, Alex Formanton, Dylan Dube, Cal Foote, and Carter Hart. They had been on trial for sexual assault. The judge said the story from the woman who made the report did not match the videos and messages. She said the case did not have enough proof to say they were guilty. Even though the case is over in court, Hockey Canada is facing new trouble. In 2022, it was revealed that Hockey Canada used player fees to quietly pay people in over 20 sexual misconduct cases. This money came from something called the National Equity Fund. This fund had money that families paid when they registered their children for hockey. That money was used to settle complaints quietly. The total amount used was at least 7.6 million Canadian dollars. When this information came out, it caused a huge backlash. Major sponsors like Tim Hortons, Scotiabank, and Canadian Tire pulled their money. The Canadian government also stopped giving Hockey Canada public funding. Fans and leaders across Canada were shocked. The leaders of Hockey Canada resigned in 2022. That included CEO Scott Smith and board chair Michael Brind'Amour. Later, Catherine Henderson was named the new CEO in 2023. She became the first woman to lead the organization. She promised to change things. Hockey Canada said it would stop using the National Equity Fund for these types of settlements. They also started using an outside company to collect complaints. They said their goal was to make the sport safer and fairer for everyone. But now, after the court said the 5 men were not guilty, some people worry that Hockey Canada will stop trying to change. Greg Gilhooly is a survivor of abuse in hockey. He said this case might make people think that there is no need for reform anymore. Laura Robinson, who has studied hockey culture in Canada for many years, said, "Not much has changed." She pointed out that most coaches are still men and come from the same hockey leagues. She said deeper problems still exist. The court case may be over, but other problems are still ongoing. There is still a private report by a panel that looked into Hockey Canada's actions. That report is not public. The fact that it's still secret is causing more questions. People want to know what the panel found and why no one has been held responsible yet. The National Hockey League also got involved. The NHL said the behavior described in the case was unacceptable. Even though the players were found not guilty, the NHL will not let them sign with any team until its own review is finished. The NHL Players Association said this is not fair. They said the players should be allowed to work again. The woman in the case, known in court as EM, said she was very disappointed with the verdict. Her lawyer said she was also disappointed with the judge's view of her honesty. EM said that she had been drinking and felt scared during the night in question in 2018. Videos shown in court made her story more complicated. In one video, she said everything that happened was all consensual. But later, she said the video did not show how she really felt. Back in 2022, when the story first came out, the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said it was unthinkable that Hockey Canada used secret funds this way. He said maybe a whole new group should take over hockey in Canada. Many parents and hockey fans agreed. They said they didn't trust Hockey Canada anymore. In 2023, fewer people attended big hockey events. Some ads were removed. Teams and parents started asking more questions about how Hockey Canada handles safety and respect. To deal with the damage, Hockey Canada created new training programs. They partnered with groups that teach consent, safety, and how to report bad behavior. They also said they would follow rules from a new sports office that checks fairness in Canadian sports. Still, some people say that's not enough. They say these changes are only surface level and don't fix the real issues. They point out that Hockey Canada's board still includes many people connected to the old system. The money problem is still a big issue. People want to know how much was paid in secret and who approved those payments. A lot of this information is still hidden. That's part of what is making fans so upset now, even after the verdict in court. Some hockey parents have started asking their local teams where their fees are going. They want to know if their money is still being used for the wrong things. Hockey Canada said the National Equity Fund now supports only safety, wellness, and equity programs. The TSN network ran a special report after the verdict. They asked if the problem is really over. They said many people still feel like they don't have all the answers. One expert on the show said the verdict should not be used to stop the conversation about fixing the culture of hockey. Even sponsors that once returned after the 2022 fallout are now watching closely again. Some are waiting to see how Hockey Canada responds to the growing pressure since the verdict.
Still need to do what's best for me and my family, and that's who you have to take care of first. But of course, there's unfinished business here. Yeah.
Connor McDavid's father, Brian McDavid, finally spoke out. For years, he stayed quiet about the early days of his son's journey, but now he broke his silence. What he said shocked fans, players, and even NHL reporters. It was clear, honest, and full of facts. His words gave everyone a real look into how it all began.
Connor has a long history with doing similar sort of training, small space reactive training. We actually started that when Connor was really young, at home in our garage and in our driveway, and Joe's program was the evolution of that.
And while Pep...
Brian McDavid was a hockey player in high school. He liked the Boston Bruins. Later, he became a coach. He helped run minor hockey teams in Ontario. He coached his son Connor from the start. For 6 years, he led Connor's teams. They played in York Simcoe. The team won 4 OMHA championships while he was coaching. Connor started skating when he was 3 years old. He played organized hockey at 4. His parents told the league he was 5 so he could join. He often played with older boys. He didn't mind. He liked the challenge. His dad helped train him every day. After school, Connor would do his homework. Then he would go outside and skate. He rollerbladed in the driveway. He shot pucks at a net. He timed himself on drills. He practiced the same things every day. His father said, "Connor is superstitious. We'd have to pass the ball the same number of times. We'd flip it up and bounce it, but if we dropped it, we had to start over again." That was part of his routine. They made a plan. They stuck to it. It was not easy, but it worked. One time, after a loss in a tournament, Connor sat in the car and cried. He said, "Promise me, you have to promise that you will do everything you can to make this team better next year." His dad remembered that day clearly. Connor played with York Simcoe Express. He wore the same jersey for many years. One season, he led the team to a 33-0 record. That year, they lost in a semifinal shootout. Later, they won the OHF Provincial Championship. They also played in the Quebec International Pee Wee Tournament. Connor's teammates included Sam Bennett. Some parents thought Connor got special treatment. Brian said, "Every year, the kids on the team would vote Connor as the captain, and every year, I would give it to someone else." He didn't want anyone to think Connor got things for free. He wanted everything to be fair. He said, "I haven't heard an inkling that he dislikes anything." This helped keep Connor grounded. Brian also coached Connor's older brother, Cameron. He said it was a gift to coach both boys. He wanted them to learn values. He told them to listen more than talk. He said it was important to be humble and kind. He also talked about Connor's hockey sense. He said it wasn't dramatic, but it was different. Connor could read the game better than others, even as a kid. Brian said Connor had a special way of knowing where to be on the ice. By age 14, Connor had won many youth tournaments. At 15, he was granted exceptional status by Hockey Canada. That let him enter the Ontario Hockey League a year early. Only 3 players had received that status before him. He joined the Erie Otters and later became captain of the Edmonton Oilers at 19. His father helped make that possible. He trained him with drills, games, and daily routines. He never forced him, but he made him focus. Brian said coaching was not always easy. Some days were hard, but most days were good. Connor later moved to the Toronto Marlboros. That was in 2011. Brian supported the change. He believed it was time. The Marlboros played in the GTHL. Connor scored 33 goals and 39 assists in 33 games. He was named the league's Player of the Year. Brian kept helping. When Connor faced trouble, he would call and talk to him. That helped. He said, "It's not hard. He's a great kid. My wife and I have 2 wonderful boys." He gave his time, his support, and his patience. He did not speak out in public. But now he has. He broke his silence in 2025. Fans finally heard his voice. They heard the truth about Connor's early years, about the drills, about the crying in the car, about the fairness with other kids, about the pressure. Everything came out. Connor played with focus because of that early training. He reached 100 points in the regular season at just 20 years old. He won the Art Ross Trophy 2 times before turning 21. His father was there for every step. He was not just a coach, he was a guide. Brian's words were not loud, but they were strong. He gave direct quotes. He gave facts. He described habits and memories that no one had heard before. This was the first time fans heard how much effort went into building one of the best hockey players alive. Connor worked hard, but Brian made the space for that work to matter. From ball drills to backyard nets, from car rides to team speeches, every part had a place. Every detail came from facts. Today, fans now know what happened behind the scenes. What Brian McDavid built was not just skill. It was daily structure. It was personal discipline. It was fairness. It was real. This wasn't just a story. It was a reveal through the words of the man who saw it from day one. For the first time in years, Brian McDavid shared it all, and no one who heard him will forget it.
Take some time to regroup, talk to my agent a little bit and family and all that, and make some decisions whenever that time comes. But
the biggest star in hockey just surprised everyone. His contract is almost done, but now he's not rushing to stay. This happened right after a tough Stanley Cup loss. The Oilers just got more bad news, and this time it's from their captain. What he's planning next could change everything for Edmonton and the NHL. This update is real, and it's happening right now. On July 1st, 2025, Connor McDavid became allowed to talk about a new deal. His current contract ends after the 2025-26 season. The deal was signed in 2017 and lasts 8 years. The Oilers pay him $12.5 million each season. Edmonton general manager Stan Bowman said, "Contract talks will begin whenever they're ready." That means no offer was made yet. McDavid plays for the Edmonton Oilers. He is their team captain. He has played over 700 NHL games. He has scored over 1,080 points in his career. That includes goals and assists. Last season, McDavid helped the Oilers reach the Stanley Cup final. They lost to the Florida Panthers in 6 games. In that series, McDavid had 33 points in 22 playoff games. That was more than any other player. He had 7 goals and 26 assists. After that, reporters asked about his future, but McDavid and the Oilers gave no exact answers. Reports now say McDavid may not sign a long deal. He might want a short contract instead. That could give him more choices later. NHL insiders said this would keep pressure on the Oilers. ESPN and NHL sources said other players like Mitch Marner may also do short deals. This is a new idea in free agency. Shorter deals give stars more chances to earn money later. They also give them the option to change teams sooner. One NHL expert said, McDavid may choose a short-term deal to keep pressure on the Oilers. Another expert added, they have to give him a reason to stay. This means McDavid wants to see good changes before he signs anything. There is also another side to the story. McDavid's wife, Lauren Kyle, works in Edmonton. She is building new projects linked to the 2026 Olympics. Some people believe this may keep McDavid in the city, but nothing is certain yet. General Manager Bowman called McDavid our leader and top priority. He said the team will do whatever it takes to keep him. But still, there is no new contract. There is no new date for when it will happen. If McDavid doesn't sign a new deal, he can become a free agent in 2026. That means any team can try to sign him. Some experts think McDavid could even get traded if he does not agree to stay. One sports reporter said, if he isn't going to re-sign, Edmonton may be forced to explore trading him to avoid losing him for nothing. There is history with this. Back in 1988, the Oilers traded Wayne Gretzky. He was the team's best player back then. Some people now see McDavid's situation as close to what happened to Gretzky. Another NHL voice said, could hit the open market. He meant McDavid could leave in free agency like Gretzky was traded before. McDavid is not just a player. He is one of the best in the NHL. He has won the Hart Trophy 3 times. That is given to the league's MVP. McDavid also led the league in points 5 times. He has had 8 100-point seasons in 10 years. Right now, McDavid is 28 years old.